Alrighty, we should be live now. Hello, everybody. Welcome to a very, very exciting day for Empire at War fans, including myself. We are trying out the brand new, massive update for THRAWN'S Revenge. That's THRAWN'S Revenge. Oh, my game just freeze. THRAWN'S Revenge 3.0. Let's see. Seeing some friendly faces in the chat, of course. We've got Walter, Palpatine, Piet, Shark, Tate, everybody. Welcome to the stream. Hope you guys can hear me all right. Rebel, welcome. Good to see you, dude. Very friendly face. Rebel. So, let's go ahead and switch to TR. So, guys, as a lot of you, I'm sure, know if you're here, THRAWN'S Revenge, which for the record is my favorite mod for Empire at War, just got a big 3.0 update. We've got new, we've got redone factions. We've got new ships. You guys are probably seeing a black screen right now. Just give it a second. We've got new game mechanics. It's all very, very exciting. So, there we go. Empire at War and OBS recently have not been working together well. So, we are going to be starting... I'm just pouring myself a drink. We are going to be starting a brand New Republic playthrough. Tentatively, I would say Monday. It could be earlier, though. It could be a little later. But for now, I'm going to say Monday. And I'm going to guess it'll actually be before that. But let's just say Monday. And we're going to be playing as the New Republic. A hard, long campaign with cruel AI on all this stuff to try out all the new ships. We're going to be starting from the very beginning. Historical battles. Whoa. Okay. I'll tell Corey about that. Probably nobody stayed on the menu as long as I have. I've had it sitting here. But oh, let me put my headphones in. Sorry, that is really... Okay, there we go. Let's just go ahead and pop in New Republic at the Ka-Maz Crisis. We're just going to mess around now. Again, we'll be starting the new campaign from the Empire's End progressive part. It's the very beginning, or I don't know which campaign actually, but basically from the very beginning. And yeah, we'll be playing all the way through a long campaign with lots of factions. It'll be super fun. But let's take a look at some of the new... I gotta say, the whole menu and everything is looking different. It's looking good. These new ship icons all look great. It's nice to see a bit of a more unified style. I'd almost like describe it as... It's not cartoony, but it's like really vibrant, which I like.
Orders received.
Alright, let's go into battle. Does Mara have any ships? Here. Come on, Mara. So we're just going to try a few random battles again. This isn't going to be our proper campaign. I just want to take a look at some of the new mechanics, some of the new stuff. Corey, I'm going to go in Discord if you want to join. Okay. So this is my first time seeing a lot of this stuff as well. Just like you guys. I mean, Corey sent me pictures and I've been watching his live streams, but also the mod is available for updating now on the Steam Workshop. So this is a new ship. This is the Raquel. Oh, it's the XF. Okay. Let's take a look at this. This is basically one of the ships that was used by the Black Fleet, I'm pretty sure. But look at what a beautiful model. Don't know what that... Hey, Corey.
Hey.
How's it going?
Bad? What are you telling me about the menu?
Oh, there was a minute where the camera was just, it was like spazzing up and down, like...
Yeah, that's like the main menu uses the cinematic camera, so just whatever...
Got caught in a fighter or something, I assume.
Roger that. Setting course.
Moving.
Is this the... Oh, it's the Sashine, okay. I thought it was a... Off an assault cruiser for a second.
Reinforcements cancelled.
Do you want to stream through Discord as well? So that's...
Yes. Just a second.
all the demands I can make now that we're friends.
Yeah, I'm just gonna stream my desktop, just all the weird porn Charlie sends me though.
You don't have to keep it. That's your choice.
It's actually not letting me stream Empire or.
That's weird.
Yeah, it's not identifying as a stream, so I can stream OBS. I mean,
I can just stay on the regular stream. It's fine.
okay, that's weird. I've noticed that OBS has been weird with EAW as well. For me, look at this beautiful New Republic fleet. I gotta say, I like the new Sasheen model. Liking the assault frigates. Well done, Corey A. All.
Squadron reporting.
I think you'll find that's pronounced ET.
Going for the lasers.
Could be. I'm no academic here. So who is this hero? Oh wait, that's General Hestive. So how badly is the Rakeel about to annihilate my my rebel task force here?
I actually don't have much experience with it, so you're about to know better than me.
Are those shield
It's
effects
pretty
new?
good.
Yeah, I mean my rebel task force is nothing larger than an assault cruiser. Assault frigate, I mean. Is it just one assault frigate variant? I can't remember.
Yeah, there's only one assault frigate variant in the mod right now. There's a kind of earlier, spindlier one for the Rebellion if we were ever to need one for a Rebellion for whatever reason.
Yeah, for Akbar's revenge. All right, well this battle's not going well.
Watch your six.
All those models look fantastic. I agree. I like how you guys
Retreat aborted.
I don't know, is it just that somebody's doing more of the models now, or have you guys been trying to get a more consistent visual style, or what?
There's a bit of both there. We've over the course of 3.0, we upped the poly counts that we were using because we started cutting back on like collision mesh and shadow mesh usage because there was excessive use in some areas there, so we were able to move some of that towards the basic stuff. So there's been a bit more also like sharing common turrets. There's just more detail in general, but also making sure things are consistent in both the textures and the models. Where like we have material, so all the texturing now is typically done in a program called Substance Painter, which you like you can have pre-made materials that you put on and then you adjust for the ship, but it means like the hull plating can be consistent. We have different hull plating sets for different companies, so a KDY ship will always look like another KDY ship, and like the CHIS ships will share common themes in their hull plating, so it should be easier to tell what's related to what and just more consistent overall.
Well, who are these
like we've been doing a lot of stuff really quickly now too, because before it'd be replacing maybe 20 models over the course of a year, but for this we've got I think there's like something like 60 models that were either added or redone.
So you've gotten lazy basically.
No, we did more.
We've located the enemy.
Yeah, don't worry, gamer.
I'm not a 16-year-old learning how to do it. I'm also better at stuff too, so that works out.
Ooh, unidentified ships entering from hyperspace. So is is my favorite vessel properly working now?
We're inbound. Telemetry received. Yes,
I mean,
sir.
the Millennium Falcon has always properly worked. I don't know what you're talking about.
That is not what I mean.
The Nebula has never worked the way that
Not
you
the
think it
Nebula,
should.
the capture shuttle.
Away.
Oh, yeah, that's fine.
Moving out.
Moving at those cores.
Did you change the Nebula? Has it gotten? No, okay.
Commencing attack.
It was appropriately powerful before, but there are some YouTube channels that shill it for some reason and have given the community the impression that it's actually better than it is. There is a sub-mod that one of us made. There are a bunch of sources you could look through that would explain to you why you're wrong and the Nebula.
I mean, I did testing in game, and the Nebula was getting its butt kicked by a lot. Like, the Nebula's gonna lose to a Star Destroyer one-on-one, isn't it?
Yeah.
Class on standby.
Yeah.
Hold on.
I've got the
One-on-one testing is
I'll never accept your lifestyle.
one-on-one testing is like the worst way to test anything because it's a game about like context in a fleet.
Yeah,
So-
it's just like right now, or just generally, like I don't think there's ever a reason to build a Nebula over even an MC-80B.
You're missing out on a lot of damage if you don't use them. If you're
okay.
tanking stuff, like if they're getting damage, they're going to get more damage than other stuff, and that's.
So do they
using them
out
very
DPS
wrong.
the ISD?
They don't out DPS the ISD, but they out DPS like for their pop value. They out DPS most things.
Okay.
It's like if you make them more powerful, then you also raise their pop value, and then
Yeah.
they are going to be worse. Like you're ultimately going to end up in the same situation because everything is balanced based on being appropriate for what it's taking up. And the new class stuff tended to work together in task forces. That's what they were for, and the Nebula reflects that as well.
Okay, I'm not trying to give you a hard time. It's got half the hull of an ISD and about 3/4 the shields and less DPS, but it's only 1 point less. So is it making up those extra points in squadrons, or is that where the game is?
Fighters come into play with it. The actual raw stats come into play with it.
Okay.
Like it's directly calculated from the value of the ship and its fighters.
Consider those torpedo launchers.
All right. Again, I don't accept your. I don't approve of your lifestyle, but I accept it.
Reporting in.
You're allowed to be wrong.
Unit disabled.
There is a sub mod that we have put out that makes it better.
But is it like is it a Jesus ship, or is it ludicrously better?
I think Jordan still kept it within the general balancing paradigms, but he like made it the stats better, but then also the pop caps higher, I think. So it still fits within how we would typically balance stuff, but it's closer to the incorrect perception of it.
Okay, I've got one question. Is the I get that the ship cost is based on factors like the starfighters and DPS and shield, but is the starfighter calculation assuming that they've got shield piercing?
No,
Okay.
we don't do anything assuming there'd be shield piercing because we don't do shield piercing.
Oh, I thought it was the game that calculated the cost.
No.
Okay.
They're falling back.
All right. Well, that makes sense then. Ooh, Wedge's Lucy, does he? Yep.
Our lasers are inoperable.
Reinforcements en route.
The Rogue Squadron, or just Tycho? Yeah.
System control
All right.
achieved.
I want to see some of the new Chiss stuff. Or sorry, new Empire of the Hand stuff. See you, Dat Sith Bith. What is the cylinder structure on the back of the Praetor? It looks to me like some sort of power generator.
I think it's just a big keg of beer.
Yeah. It's the concept artist experimental canon, where you take a Star Wars ship directly from concept art and keep it as it is and call it something new. Let's do... Oh, so Ariadu's still in this one, are they?
Yeah,
Okay. Gotcha.
they won't be removed for a long time.
Gotcha. I guess it doesn't matter which era I start with the Chiss, right? Because they are the Empire of the Hand. They don't have progressive stuff, right?
No, they just have a couple of like events and heroes and stuff.
Okay.
But all the ships are or should be there.
Okay, I'll start them in era 5 anyway. Did you finish your Empire of the Hand playthrough?
No, it ended up like I was taking 3 or 4 months for it. So, and that was also like the height of messiness and development. So what I
Yeah.
ended up doing was saying I'd wait for us to get to the 3.1 development. I'd remake the map as it was in the new build.
Yeah.
So basically continue on, but still fresh using proper mechanics.
Dude, that's gotta be so much work.
I've got the stuff all written down. I just gotta do the actual starting forces spawn for it.
Navigating to
Yeah,
coordinate.
that's gotta be so much work.
It's a couple hours.
How long does it take you to go in and name every ship for like your playthroughs? Like your patron ships?
For the regular playthroughs, I have a pretty good system for it now. Like it's
Tactical battle imminent.
maybe 3 hours.
It's not bad.
The community challenge is a lot more difficult, especially when I'm doing like the heroes, because then there's custom skins and everything. That usually takes a good couple days when I get down to it.
Which was your last community challenge again? I can't remember. Was that New Republic or Old Republic? Like, sorry, Clone Wars
yeah,
versus...
that was Clone Wars versus New Republic and Empire. That was difficult.
But you pulled through. This ship reminds me of some concept art for the First Order Star Destroyer from Episode 7. Cool, I like it. Not the engines, though. I mean, I like the engines don't remind me. Wow, I like this, but the engines suck.
Rude.
Moving out.
No, it's all cool.
Understood. Syndic moving out.
Reinforcements en route.
Well, it must feel nice to have the Empire of the Hand, like, fully...
Reinforcements cancelled.
like, a fully realized faction now, rather than, like, the
Yeah,
10-year-old
well-
ship models.
Their ground stuff is still a problem.
Is that one placeholder still there for the, I'm sure you know the one I'm talking about.
Understood.
For their infantry, where it's like, it looks like you put it together pretty quick. I don't know if you know
There's
the
the
one.
helmetless. There's the helmetless commando guy.
Yeah, I think
that
that's
was always
probably
pretty
it.
wonky.
Yeah.
I think he was cut a while ago.
Damn. Why do you gotta do that to me?
Order confirmed.
Sorry. Like there's still there's basically the Empire of the Hand is 3 different groups or groupings. We have like the Chiss stuff, which are the phalanx, the Syndic. Then there's the Imperial sourced stuff. So the like the Ascendancy Star Destroyer, the Chaff, the stuff that's like Chiss technology put onto Imperial technology mixed. So that's the kind of stuff that the Empire of the Hand would be making directly themselves. And then the third group is a set of like local forces. So that'd be any other species that join the Empire of the Hand, and there's 3 groups of those with 2 units each. That last set hasn't been redone yet, but that'll hopefully be done in 3.1. For this one, it was all the Chiss stuff and all the like Imperial fusion stuff. Plus, there are 3 more Chiss units that are done. The models are done, and so as soon as the
All
Chiss
ground
get
units?
added,
Or space units?
no.
Okay.
I'm just talking about the
Oh,
space
just
stuff right
space units,
there.
okay.
Yeah. So for space, there'll be, when we add the Chiss as their own faction, which we will be doing, they'll have at least 3 extra units already. On ground, we're going to be doing kind of the same reevaluation of the faction, figuring out like what's going to fit within each of those groups, and take away the Lego tanks. So
That's fair, I suppose.
The Empire of the Hand as a faction is typically less defensive, but has really long range and is really fast. So when you don't have an Antigo, which is one of their new ships, a 2200 meter battlecruiser, which is kind of defensively oriented, you usually end up doing a bit more kiting with them.
Is the Antigo larger than the Phalanx?
Yeah. The
Okay.
Phalanx is about 14 to 1500 meters.
Yeah, I don't think I have an Antigo in this fleet then.
No. It's a big beefy boy.
Is that the one that does it look like the Syndic?
Yeah, it looks a bit like a mix between the Phalanx and Syndic. It's kind of the Phalanx, but like bigger, flared out wings. A more similar front to the Phalanx, but with the Syndic's kind of
Gotcha.
wing structure.
Yeah, I know the one. You should have you should give the Empire of the Hand, instead of a capture shuttle, like a meiosis shuttle, where you just take 2 ships and just fucking jam them together and make something new. That
It
would,
sends you into Minecraft to build a new ship out of it.
yeah, that would be epic.
Yeah, we've been working on our toolkit to get like models transported between Minecraft and TR.
I
The
know
other
a
thing
few
with, like, the
EcksToo
art
fans
aspects
that are
we
going to be
were
happy to
talking
hear that.
You were talking about like the art earlier, and part of how it's more consistent now is like we all go in as a team into Minecraft, and that's why we make everything, and we export that.
Did you guys drink or
model
what?
file.
Oh, I like the new chaff model.
I don't think there's enough alcohol. I couldn't afford that.
I got fighters on me.
It sucks to kill my beautiful Bellator. Well, not mine, but this beautiful Bellator.
Intersecting. Taking him out. On them. Stay in formation.
There have been a couple death clones added, but like Rhino started learning some animation to help with that.
Nice.
So there are a few more new ones, but hopefully we'll be able to start getting more of that because you're about to see a Bellator just explode.
That's okay. I was never. It's nice when you like to have it for Star Destroyers, especially where there's like a bunch of them slowly dying. That's one thing I like about AOTR is like you kill a Star Destroyer and they're slowly dying, but I don't need it for like every ship.
Yeah, we're trying to avoid doing like too much slow stuff with it and too much smoke and stuff because I've usually found it makes it a bit harder to see what's going on near it.
Yeah.
But we are trying to get like some animations in for them. I think we're going to try to emulate squadrons a little bit.
That'd be cool.
With it. But the some of the next stuff that we're going to be working on is a bit more of the kind of like atmospheric effects, so environment art for space. We redid the assets for like Coruscant and the volcanic planets, so the other planets are going to be hopefully brought up to that in the next release or two. And then we'll be able to
I like the
do more
space
with,
station.
like, the lighting and everything. Yeah, that's the level 4 shipyard. So all the shipyard and Golan models were updated as well.
Looks like it could be the portion of a ring or something. Like it looks like it could be a chunk out of the Kuat orbital ring.
Yeah, so for the smaller ones, they're modeled after Fondor for the level 1, 2, and 3, or the frigate and capital shipyards. But for this, it's kind of like it's hard to make something that looks like it can fit an SSD. So Aceratul kind of went with making something that would be able to line up along different sections. So you could kind of imagine a group of them alongside an SSD.
It would be cool for Kuat if you could like have them circle the planet, then just have one be targetable. I know the game does some stuff like that with like background models or whatever. That's cool though. I like it.
Enemies in range.
You think they party in here or what? Like
I have them now. Getting a lock.
I think if you pay a certain amount, you can get like VIP room bottle service, but
Engaging the enemy.
yeah, I just imagine Charlie getting drunk and going for a spacewalk. Alright, I want to see the battle cruiser. Hooray, we won. Excuse me.
Retreat aborted.
So did you balance like the old ships? Did you have to do much balancing?
Heading out.
they've been so with the 2.3.6 complete rebalancing of everything. They got a first pass, but they did get some tweaks, like more tweaks than anything else did in this version. Now that they have like proper firing arcs and everything, because before their rigs were also worse, and like the direction that bones are pointing on ship is something that a lot of thought actually goes into. So that changes the way they end up working in combat.
Well, it was like 10-year-old Corey made most of those models.
I think the Phalanx was like 2012. Last night I was streaming 1.2, which was released in 2011, before jumping into some 3.0 stuff, like the Phalanx and Shaft model were the same ones.
Oh, so the Empire of the Hand fleet tender can bang with the big boys, eh?
I don't know if it can bang with the big boys, but it's like Bubbles in the Trailer Park Boy Pointer episodes. It's there. It's still playing a role, but he wasn't going to be the one that was ever
truly laying the sack out. I gotcha. Say no more, my dude. Say no more. Where was I building that again? That new ship. So the 3 is the level of the shipyard, and then the I kind of like how you split up. You get the 3 as the level of the shipyard, and then the other is defensive. The defensive.
Yeah.
That's nice.
So the way defensive stations works pretty differently from before. Instead of the shipyards being the main slot, the defenses are the main slot because the AI can't tell what a secondary structure is.
Right. So there won't be as much like random attacking heavily defended planets anymore.
Yeah, so they'll at least know what the strongest structure is. But like the way it goes is like EcksToo into Golan 1, Golan 2, Golan 3, and then Valaduja or Empress. As you upgrade through, you can build the previous level as a secondary.
Right.
So if you have a Golan 2, you can build an extra Golan 1. Then when you upgrade to a Golan 3, you can build another extra Golan 2. When you get to an Empress, you can build an extra Golan 3. So you can have one of everything eventually. If you really want to invest that many
So you're
credits
not
into it.
upgrading the ship, you're actually building, or you're not upgrading the station, you're like building, so you can have 3 or 4.
Yeah, you're upgrading the main one. So if you look at the build menu for the structures, you'll see there's a little shield icon on the bottom ones. That's your main star base. And that's the one that's getting upgraded through. But then on the top row, you'll have the extra ones of the lower tier that you can build again if you want.
Right. Gotcha. So Near 1 has a capital shipyard of 3. It's got a level 2 orbital...
Battle
Oh,
imminent.
well, I guess we're fighting. Oh, yeah, I see how it works. Cool. So the hangar defense station, is that technically something else, or...
Yeah, that's an extra secondary thing the Empire of the Hand has. So it's not in the main progression. It's just an extra secondary defense structure you can build.
So that doesn't take the spot of anything, though, does it?
No.
Oh, okay. So you can make pretty heavily defended worlds with the Empire of the Hand, then, I guess.
Yeah, with any faction, you can if you really want to go that heavily into it, depending on the tier of the max shipyard or max station level, you can get some pretty defensive worlds, but it does get a little expensive.
All right, so this is the Antigo.
Orders confirmed.
Is the Peltis longer? I can't tell. They look pretty similar.
To receive orders.
It got a bit of an update to the model and texture, but
No, sorry. Is it longer than the Antigo though? Like,
no, I don't think so.
Understood.
can you capture an Antigo, or is it too powerful?
I think it's not capturable, but I'm not 100% sure on that.
Reinforcements.
Ray Christ.
Heading to destination.
No, it is boardable.
Commander, they're hitting us.
It can be captured.
Oh, sick.
Where'd he go?
Look forward to H New Republic fleet having one of those.
Around. Eliminating target. I've got them in my sights. Nowhere to run.
This reminds me of old Long Snoot here.
Getting a lock.
Rest in
Calling out a
pieces.
formation. Intercepting. Draw their fire. I'm on them.
Let's take a look up his snoot, see what he's got going on.
Go after the stragglers. He's about to be destroyed.
All right, please cough for
Dangerous
me.
place to be. That's
Yeah, true.
Target locked.
right. Shot. You're good for about 10 seconds.
Regroup for another attack.
Is that its bridge right here
Them now.
in the front of the Antigo?
I'm on them.
Not in the front. There's some windows up there if you want to do some sightseeing, but there's a bridgy area a bit farther back.
Back around for another.
Oh yeah, I see it.
Just we're big on observation decks, so
Enemies in range.
I tried to put some
I like it.
somewhat sensible windows.
I do like it.
They're coming in quick. Target locked.
Oh, I hate seeing this MC90 getting smacked around.
All enemy craft.
How they massacred my boy. I like the new assault frigate model.
Stay in formation. Eliminating target.
We were talking about this, I think, off stream one day. It's a shame that like you can't build like ships and like assign random elements, like give an assault frigate like, you know, 3 bits that can randomly be swapped out, or like Mon Calamari cruisers or whatever, just to give them some variation, if you know what I mean.
Excellent shot.
Sounds like someone likes Stellaris more than they'd like to admit.
No.
Watch for enemy
No,
ships.
actually.
Taking them out. For the
Did you change any of the hand starfighters?
No, not yet. There's gonna be some
These models look pretty good,
redesigns
to be
for
honest.
The bombers and the Furion, so the 2 bomber types, but like the interceptors, I'm still pretty happy with.
I think these are the bombers, aren't they?
Yeah.
I think they look pretty good. I mean, for fighters, it's like, you're really gonna be looking at that? Nah.
Their cockpit is pretty messed up.
I'm on this one.
So there's that. Oh, they're dead.
Coming around.
Yeah.
Draw their fire. Attack formation. I've got them in the second. Coming back around for another run.
So Corey, what do you think? Are we getting Empire at War 2 or no?
Enemies in range.
There's a higher chance of it now. Or I don't actually think there's a higher chance of Empire at War 2 specifically now.
Well,
There's a
no,
higher
not
chance
Empire
of
War 2.
Star Wars strategy games than there was, but like, because like I still think the most likely publisher for an Empire at War 2, which definition of that to me is Petroglyph making an updated version of this game. I still think EA is the most likely publisher for that because of their existing relationship.
Yeah.
But it's clearly not something that's being made right now. So if we got it, it'd still be some years out.
Yeah. That makes sense. That makes sense.
Because, like, especially now that I think the main way that the license change would have impacted Empire at War 2 specifically, not like a broader idea of different Star Wars strategy games, is that EA might not be quite so precious with stuff now that it thinks like it had that weird logic of like, oh, we're gonna do one really good game and they
For
were afraid to
everybody,
do other
that
stuff.
everyone will like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But with Squadrons, they seem to ease off that a bit, and maybe they already knew at that point that they weren't going to be exclusive anymore.
Yeah,
but
I
if they're
assume
not
so.
worrying about protecting exclusivity, then they might be a bit more open to pitching Disney on other stuff. Because now you need not just just the development company, but you need a publisher and you need Lucasfilm Games approval. So it's.
Yeah, well, I don't know. It is not like I just hope that we start to see more like niche games instead of just like not every game needs to be battle like that's like I think one of the main problems with Battlefront 2 is like this Empress class is do we have an Empress as the New Republic? I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that was probably like one of the problems with Battlefront 2 is like they tried to make it too many things. Like they shouldn't have bothered with the space stuff in it, especially if they were gonna kind of half-ass it. Or not, they didn't half-ass it, but it's not connected to the main game. So it's like
You might want to go to one of the mod maps.
Oh really? Okay.
Like this will work, but this is one of the vanilla ones.
Oh, I'm so pumped to do a sandbox 1v1, a New Republic playthrough.
There's a Trevis Madness is a classic. The Core World, actually, I think maybe do Core World because that's one of the newer.
Okay.
Sandbox 1v1. If you wanted to spam ships, that works.
What'd you say it's called? Oh, Core World. There it is.
Core World for the new Coruscant stuff, and then Fiery Demise has the new volcanic stuff.
Which faction they gonna be most interesting to play against? I'll just try corporate. They got some new ship models, didn't they?
They got the Invincible updated, and they got the Liberator.
Oh right.
But maybe
Weapons armed.
It's too late. I clicked it.
Setting course.
well, this is why you should have been streaming it to me so I can tell you what to do, just like in real life. It's a bit excessive, Justin. I've been meaning to talk to you about this, but the fact that like you have to live stream everything to me and get me to tell you.
Please don't
what you
yell
should
at
do
me.
in
I
every
can't handle it. Capture.
Building
Ready for
started.
duty. Order acknowledged.
So yeah, guys, as I said earlier, probably going to be a pretty short live stream tonight, but we're going to start.
Under construction.
Confirmed.
We are going to start our New Republic playthrough. I would say by Monday, maybe before then, and then maybe after that, Corey and I can do maybe like a Empire of the Hand joint command or something. Could be fun.
Copy.
Maybe that could be a little spicy.
Did we do New Republic both times?
No.
We did Republic and
Yeah.
New Republic.
Yeah.
Beginning
Waiting
construction.
orders. Right
I mean,
away.
actually, I think Empire could be fun as well.
Construction.
Yeah.
Because it does have the air progressive stuff, which I think adds a lot to a campaign like that.
Construction
Yeah.
complete. Upgrade.
Are
in
we having
progress.
Charlie in it?
I copy. Moving
I
out.
think we might as well, considering he's not ass at the game anymore.
That's true. But he's not ass at Skirmish anymore.
He's sort of learned a little bit from his ISD playthrough, or his SSD Rampage playthrough, or whatever.
I guess.
I mean, the man still got problems. We ain't gonna fix that though ever. So can't let that hold us back.
Look, Empire War playthroughs are no place for charity, so
Construction complete. Unit
serious
production.
business.
There.
Switch pattern.
Oh, they're using the Clone Wars Y-wing. Is that new?
It was in the first release of Fall of the Republic, so I don't know if it was in for the CSA in time for last release. There's too many units. I can't keep track of anything
Vehicle
anymore.
in production. Choose your
Whoa,
reinforcements.
woe is me. My mod's too good.
Yes, that is directly how that's calculated. How many units are there?
Sasheen Cruiser reporting.
Sasheen Cruiser reporting.
People ask me what I'm most proud of, and I say just quantity.
Upgrade.
The
in
amount of
progress.
bullshit.
We've wasted so much time.
Assault frigate here. Heading out.
So that Star Destroyer, I forget the name of it. The one that you get from the
Frigate reporting.
what's it called? The Avathans. Can you get that any other way? Like you can't build that, can you?
No, it's just through the Evetham stuff.
Attack.
That's cool.
But there's the Raquel and the EXF, so you can.
For command.
They're close enough to each other.
Oh, they're not the same?
Calling.
They're similar, but they're not identical.
Oh, can you build the Raquel?
No, it's just like I think that one is just in the what was it, Arinda or Kamas, whichever Era 5 thing it was. It might be in one or two
Oh,
other
right.
places, but
I thought they were the same ship.
Ready for your orders.
Yikes. These Y-wings are gonna fuck up my assault frigate.
Constructing unit.
Help me, Corona!
huh?
Sasheen
Ha,
Cruiser
shit you didn't
reporting.
expect to hear this year, am I right? Topical joke.
Complete.
So edgy.
People are dying. It's not funny.
Corona class frigate reporting.
See how this Corona just fucking annihilates these fighters, though. Oh, I don't think I've seen the new Corona model. Ooh, I like it.
Yeah, there's Corona, Sasheen, Hajin, Majestic, and Defender that got.
Ooh, what's the Defender look like? Did you use one of the proper designs?
No, it was kind of
Tech upgrade in
adapting some of this stuff from the drawings onto the Majestic.
Okay.
Waiting orders.
So they
Because they're built
actually
off the same
share-
chassis, right? Well, not chassis, but
Yeah,
Assault frigate.
they're
same body.
they were supposed to have been, but then the drawing of them was like, no.
Is that a new bulk cruiser model?
The Neutron Star?
Yeah.
No,
Yes,
that's
sir.
still the old
Moving
one.
there
That
now.
will probably be redone in the near future.
Roger that.
So that was one of my first Substance Painter models
Mhm.
or textures.
Regroup for another attack.
Yeah, it looks like dog shit. I'm
It
joking.
does.
I was playing Awakening of the Rebellion the other day, and I gotta say, their Recusant model is fucking rough.
space station damaged.
It's like literally like a clamshell with a.
I think they use the Evil Jedi one still.
Yeah, I would guess
Sasheen
probably.
Cruiser reporting.
It's been a minute since I've played
Standing by.
pretty much any other mod. I think since I started doing the Fall of the Republic preview playthroughs, I was like alternating between that and TR.
You heard it here.
And
Corey
then-
says all other mods are bad.
Got him lined up.
That is exactly what I said.
They're on me.
No. it's
And
not what I
made
said.
by bad people. Oh my god, I'm joking.
Oh, some of them.
Moving to those
Yeah, some of
coordinates,
them.
sir.
I'm on power.
Ready. Enemy
A lot of them, even.
Cruiser reporting.
A staggering amount.
Wait there now.
Roger that. Target those lasers.
Ready for your orders.
Run, Sasheen, run. Is the so is it the Hagen that's the New Republic fleet tender? I can never remember.
Yeah.
We have them in our sights. Awaiting orders.
Epic. Someone's read their Essential Guide to Warfare.
Moving you those coordinates, sir.
No, I just looked at the spreadsheet.
Reinforcement available.
Reinforcement available. Oh, I don't think so.
Space station damaged.
God, I'm telling you to get my butt kicked by the AI, probably.
Copy. Ready to
I do want
engage.
to make it clear that that was a joke.
Which part?
I copy.
The calling other mods bad.
Oh yeah, that was a joke. Corey plays other mods on his YouTube channel, so
He used to.
Upgrade complete.
Just haven't had the time.
yeah.
Constructing unit.
Well, an assault cruiser. Let's see the Majestic.
Production.
The Majestic still mostly works like at range, right?
Constructing
Yeah.
unit.
It does some good damage.
Does it? I never really used it very much.
It's grown on me. I used to really hate it, but
I'm in range.
It's just got such a stupid shape.
Reporting. Target in sight.
Hold on.
yeah, a lot of the new class ships I'm not huge on in principle.
Cannons
Like
on.
I think Oz did a good job modeling them,
Initiating attack.
but it's not my favorite design family.
Assault frigate here.
Space station
All
damaged.
out.
You mean you don't like shit some random dude getting paid probably literally hundreds of dollars threw together for Star Wars
It's
book?
funny because you think they got paid.
I'm on it.
It was literally somebody went into Jack Astor's and that's what was on the napkin tablecloth.
Target those lasers.
Good Canadian reference.
Awaiting
Some people might not
The
appreciate.
lasers are our target.
No one ever appreciates a good Canadian reference anymore.
Target those lasers.
People who listen to Top Cap Transmissions do.
I don't know that they appreciate it. They're just forced to sit through it. Well, no one's forcing them to do anything.
Oh, I do force some people to do it, but
Okay,
We're moving out.
with me.
I think the Majestic was in the that was in the last version, wasn't it?
The Majestic was in the last version, the update wasn't.
Oh, okay. I thought it was for some reason. Has it been retooled at all as well, or?
Maneuver.
Well, everything was rebalanced in the previous update. There were a few more tweaks in this one, but for the most part, other than new units, they weren't significantly changed.
Gotcha.
Moving.
Dog shit's on fire, yo.
Underway.
Oh, you can build Corvettes at the same time as larger ships?
Yeah, anything that's dedicated anti-fighter goes in the left queue. Fighters and dedicated anti-fighter go in the left queue, and then everything else goes in the right.
Okay.
Unit
Note to
in
self, spam
production.
Corvettes.
At your command.
No, that does make sense.
Moving out.
Assault frigate here.
Mark. X.1.
Let's move out.
Shit.
At your command.
Fire.
On my way.
So has anything caught on fire yet?
Swinging around.
I haven't been looking. No one's pinged. Like my Discord notifications have stayed at the same level, and that's
Cannons.
At your
Give
command.
them no quarter.
I'm in
that's my
range.
barometer.
Right away. Should we go around for another pass? Watch your six.
Unit in
I can't
production.
hold out. I can't take another
Unit
hit like that.
cancelled. Vehicle in production.
So even like the Corona, which is a kind of a mix of both, that doesn't count as enough anti-fighter to get in the left build bar.
Yeah, if it has basically anything
At
that's
your command.
useful for
Assault frigate here.
things that aren't anti-fighter, it's typically kept away.
Gotcha.
Rendezvous at Mark.
That makes sense.
X.1.
Standing by.
At your command. At your
Space
command.
station damaged.
Your orders, sir. Armed and ready.
Ready for your signal. Sasheen cruiser reporting.
Hold on.
Yes, sir.
Switch pattern. Enemy fighters incoming. Form up. Going in.
All right, let's get that level up, baby.
Got one.
Oh, there's more than 2 levels of income now. I didn't realize that.
Fall out.
Yeah, there's 1 level per tech,
Gotcha.
so every tech you can increase that.
That's cool.
Waiting order.
I like that.
Plotting course.
Well done, son. Well done.
Disabled. Form up. Squadron advance.
There were some pretty significant skirmish patches or skirmish changes that largely went out in November and December, so
Majestic cruiser standing by.
there was more refinement to it with this release, but the general shape of skirmish, people who were playing that before should still be pretty familiar with it. I know Charlie was kind of lost
In production.
when the changes first went out.
Unit cancel.
And then after, and then every day since on
Yeah, he's
every topic.
Cruiser report.
Well,
Enemy unit
Just joking.
disabled.
I'm joking.
he was
Charlie.
getting the hang of skirmish, and then we changed it on him. And I think that had some pretty strong impacts on the young lad.
Yeah, he's hasn't really been pro Empire War since then.
Roger that.
Like, I'll play a different game, I think.
Ready for your signal.
Let's just be a Squadrons channel.
We'll stop them dead in their tracks.
Construction complete.
Someone said there's a misspelling of Chief of State on Mon Mothma's info card.
Ready for action.
I want a refund.
Okay, done.
Done. Charlie Spur correctly points out that the Death Star was an inside job. Proton torpedoes can't melt Durasteel exhaust
Attack
ports.
formation.
Upgrade complete.
That is true, actually. That's a little known fact. That is true. I saw it on YouTube, so.
Yes, sir.
Oh, the fleet tenders only do fighters, eh? They don't provide any healing for capital ships.
They do. There's 2 parts of it. There's the passive healing, which applies
Oh,
to everything,
gotcha.
and then there's the active ability, which is like a fighter heal burst.
Gotcha.
They've got us targeted.
Oh, the Mankfim Light Interceptor. That's the one that's in Revenge of the Sith for a second, I'm pretty sure.
Roger
Is the
that.
Mankfim
Ready
in
to
Revenge of the
fire.
Sith?
I'm pretty sure it's on Utapau.
Are you sure you're not thinking of like the
I could be.
the rogue? No, not the rogue. Whatever is sitting on that landing platform.
I thought there were 2 unknown ships on Utapau. I
I
thought
don't
that.
think they were Mankfim.
Maybe not. I mean, I've got more subscribers than you, so.
Awaiting orders.
It's true, but Theory has more subscribers than both
Ah,
of us.
shit, yeah. I don't think he knows about that, though, so.
Yeah. Well, that's specifically what I'm talking about. I don't think he's a Mankfim expert. What did you think I was referring to?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Someone Google it. I thought it was in the movie somewhere. I could be wrong.
I can't stay out here.
Let's see.
Okay.
Star Wars movie fighter. That should bring it up, right?
Yep. It should be one of the first 2 results.
Oh, yeah, it's in. It's called a TIE fighter, apparently.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. And the first video on that page on StarWars.com is from Rebels,
Upgrade complete.
which I don't hate. I like Rebels.
I like
But-
Rebels too. I'm really
Weird
enjoying my
choice.
rewatch.
Taking some hits.
Constructing unit.
Hams is having a hard time getting used to the Empire of the Hand redesigns.
They're on me. Ah!
Well, get used to it, bud.
Encountering resistance.
Building started.
I'm in range.
All changes take some getting used to. There's,
I mean, to be fair,
Cannons armed.
that's like one change that I think is like objectively better for those
Station
ships,
under
but
attack.
yeah, but like any change we make, there's
yeah.
always going to be people who are not used. Like it definitely takes getting used to, but there are still people who asked for the original Ascendancy model
Star
back.
Destroyer reporting
And it was
in.
not good.
Let's try. Let's see the New Republic Star Destroyer here. Ooh, cool. It does look a lot like the. It looks like a version of the Republic Star Destroyer in the book that like wasn't drawn by a fucking monkey. So that's good.
Target priority is the laser guns.
Look, Charlie needed the money that semester.
Production.
Dude, I legitimately think that Charlie would do a much, much better job designing a New Republic ship than the fucking Republic Star Destroyer. Monkey.
For engines.
Crawling. Oh yeah, the crawling gunships have the. They've got like missiles, don't they?
Yeah.
Because you can do some damage with a good swarm of them, can't you?
Standing by.
Not as much as you used to be able to. There was a while that they were like super OP and just. I think the first release of Fall of the Republic, Skirmish, just immediately got taken over by people spamming DP20s.
Mm-hmm.
But they're still good.
DP20. That's a funny name because DP sometimes means double penetration.
Yeah, well, their missiles actually go through shields twice. That's why they're called that.
I gotta say, I think the way that Squadrons handle shields is probably my favorite.
Yeah, me too.
Tech
Nebula
upgrade in
class
progress.
reporting in.
I talked to Ian about it. I was like, so how did you decide on how to handle shields? And he was like, well, we asked the story group how shields behave, and they were like, yeah, they don't. Thank you, Charlie, for the second donation. Tyler says, love the mod in your channel, I've been watching and subscribe since day one. Thank you. But he said that they tried like different models where like, you know, you couldn't go through the shields or whatever else like that you'd expect.
Endurance on station. We're on our way.
Hold on.
Take us in.
We're drawing their fire. I'm hit.
I think based on like The Last Jedi as well, the way they have it in Squadron's probably the most consistent with like what's in the movies.
Yeah.
Ready for your signal.
Too close. Stay in attack formation. I'm in a tight spot. Attack formation.
Recusant versus Republic Star Destroyer.
Our
Watch
target
your
priority
six.
is the laser.
Underway. Squad, I need help. Can anyone else see him?
Awaiting
Our
orders.
space station is under attack.
I got a weird desire to read Black Fleet Crisis now.
I've got my approach vector.
Oof, we're gonna have to pass that all out. Fix the bug where we wasted people's time.
Let's go. Underway.
Cause self-destructive behaviors in players.
Setting course. Keep your eyes open for those fighters.
Addressed an issue where players would sometimes go and join an Atana Bat fan club.
Good little fleet here. And I know this is part of the original model or the original design. I hate this fucking little dickhead on the front of the ship here.
The little control tower.
No, I mean like the nose of the ship. It's got like
okay.
the literal penis head.
Yeah, the stream was on an endurance when you were saying that.
Oh yeah, okay.
But you were still like circling around your ship, so it seemed to line up. But yeah, I think I was originally very opposed to putting the ship in the mod, but I think Eckhartsladder did.
Yeah, no, he did a good job.
Did a good job.
Because it wasn't even in the mod before, was it?
Yeah, we had one in like 1.0 ish. And then it got cut because it was kind of redundant and looked like shit.
Yeah, I mean, you can just argue that it is the MC90 or whatever else, so...
Endurance on
If
station.
you really want to...
Standing by.
Or the Nebula Star Destroyer, one of the two.
Tyler Baldwin says, my curse flicks in and out.
I've been having that
Cursor
too,
flicks in and
actually.
out. So if you go into your options, there's a graphical option called hardware mouse. Disable that, and it stops with any cursor flickering. And it also tends to make the game run a bit better.
Thank you.
I think it's in video.
Whoa. My game is running better, I can tell already. That's weird.
Commander.
Yeah, because I've been playing like Empire at War for the first time in a while, and like during my AOTR campaign, things were running very, very slowly. Like it took me like 5 minutes to destroy a Golan space station when I had it completely surrounded. So I went and like set core affinity to 1 and priority to high, and that helped a bit, but I don't know.
I think that just might have stretched out your aspect ratio a bit on the stream, but
We've lost the iron
I
cannon.
need help here.
I don't give a fuck.
okay.
The enemy has got
Look at this big, thick baby moving in.
So that's a free tip for everyone. Turn that off and your game will run better.
That's
even if you
weird.
don't
I feel like
have
my
it
game's
running
running like a lot better. I feel like that shouldn't be a thing.
Our lasers
We
are
don't question
destroying
Empire at
attack
War,
formation.
Justin. We just do as it says.
Yes,
It
Daddy.
has my family. I keep saying cancer
Bombers
killed my
reporting
mom,
in.
but I didn't listen to
Roger
Empire at
that.
War once.
Y-wing
Never
here.
again.
She's not dead. She's became an agent of evil.
Fighters in range.
She is the AI.
Roger that.
They've disabled our lasers.
Order confirmed.
Callista?
Yes, sir.
Primary drive
Proceed.
system is down.
Don't like that.
There's one on me. Ah!
Tech upgrade complete.
Do we have the mediator in here? I don't think so.
No, that's not in Skirmish, I don't think. Unless it's at
Wow.
it might be at the merchant dock.
Oh.
I'm not sure. I think there was some of that stuff that got
Oh
put
yeah,
there.
yep, it is.
We're too close.
Cool. The heavy carrier, the mediator,
Action.
Get him off me.
Tycho Selku.
Scanner contact behind me.
All crews here.
They're coming around. I've been They're coming around.
Lucre Hawk.
They're coming
What's Nance
around.
have a home
Keep
one?
your eyes open. I've got one on They're coming around.
Nice.
Blast! My stabilizer's broken loose.
Nice, 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 nice. Oh, the defender.
It's no good. I can't maneuver.
So what's the defender's purpose again? Is it just...
I can't hold out.
I
Loosen
don't
up.
really remember.
Defender fighter.
No, the defender cruiser.
We're too close.
Oh, it's like a carrier version of the Majestic.
Carrier version.
Target's coming
So
in
it's kind of like the Endurance to the Majestic's Nebula.
Blast! My stabilizer's broken loose.
Give the word.
Alright, let's see how you guys fare against this Invincible. Very well.
Blast! My stabilizer's broken loose.
Nebula class on standby.
Mediator reporting in.
Commencing attack.
Should we go around for another pass?
Alright.
So
Ooh,
the
I,
Defender basically it protect, it attack, but mostly it puts fighters at the back.
I like this mediator.
That's got him.
Enemy unit disabled.
What did you choose for length? This looks like 4 kilometers, is it?
I think it's like 3,600. I forget the exact value, but there was a lot of discussion about the specifics on what we do for that,
Holding position.
and I forget the result. So clearly, it wasn't important.
One of my least favorite things about like Star Wars fandom is, well, of like ship discussion. Oh my god, this thing puts out a lot of damage.
Star cruiser reporting.
Stay in attack.
If we weren't explicitly talking about things because we need to do something with them, I wouldn't bother. But we need to know.
Yeah, one of my least favorite things about like ship discussions is like something's called a battle cruiser. So like somebody who's read like the Wikipedia page on like the fucking ship
The Axis War
classifications.
College,
It's
yeah.
gotta be more than 4 kilometers long in that case.
In
Narf.
production.
Rendezvous at Mark 6.1.
Like yeah, but they also have dreadnought class heavy cruisers and
Off me.
Yeah.
a lot
We
of other
tried
things.
to, where there was nothing else to work off of, or where it still made sense, we did try to kind of put in a nod to classifications for things.
Yeah,
But
that doesn't make
in
sense.
general, we didn't really give a fuck.
Yeah.
That usually just resulted in saying, because Star Wars. But the whole mediator thing turned into a discussion about like, how big are we going to make the Viscount prototype? How big are we going to make the mediator? How big is Blue Diver going to be?
Speaking of, how come the new ships don't have names?
The
Swinging around. Stay in attack
I
formation.
think some of them just weren't set up, but
That's it.
Wow,
I'm not sure if
unfinished.
it's the
Can we get
skirmish
unfinished
variant.
garbage in the chat, please, guys? Thank you.
Disposal, sir.
yeah, that is one of Empire at War's most notable best features is the having every
The
allegiance
3
called
names
Event
that-
Horizon.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
the way it works is so fucking dumb.
Victorious.
Like, if you have 5 queued up in the build bar, they will all be named differently, and then it just resets immediately.
Okay, is that Steven Seagal for real though?
Look, legally I can't say.
All right, guys. I think that's gonna be it for me because it's really late my time. It's 2:30, and I gotta get up early tomorrow. But this was really fun. I'm very much. Oh, what was the other map you said to try? Fiery
The
Demise.
Fiery Demise, yeah, that has the new volcanic stuff, and I think those are the 2 best low orbit setups right now. Or those are the 2 updated low orbit setups right now, so they are the 2 best.
Okay.
But they give an idea of what we're going for with the other ones.
Take a look at this. But yeah, so this is gonna be it. You're not streaming, are you, Corey? If you do, we got a captive audience here ready for you.
No, I shouldn't.
Ooh, that looks really good. I like the yeah, I like that. Well, you're gonna be up anyway, aren't you?
Probably. I still need to finish Light of the Jedi for tomorrow because we have our...
Oh yeah, how far are you?
I only have like 70 pages left. I'm far enough in that my opinion on it started to change a bit. I think the second half was generally better.
Mm-hmm.
But
so this is Mustafar, right? Because this is the little moon Obi-Wan flies by, right? Or not Obi-Wan, Padme, and Anakin.
I don't know if Enceladus was going for any specific play. Like, this map was in forever.
Oh,
so
okay.
it's possible Enceladus was doing that. It's also possible that he really liked putting planets on stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I mean, I'm just gonna be honest. I don't know if I think the gravity's gonna be pulling that thing in. Well, I'll have to ask Evil Bob the Bob what he thinks about it.
Yeah, we need to get our list of stuff for him to research.
Yeah. Okay, I gotta say I didn't understand your comment at first. I didn't know that you were looking for me to add suggestions too until I regret it today. I was like, oh, he hasn't added anything, but yeah, I got some ideas. I think you could talk about hyperspace and stuff like that.
Well, I think Light of the Jedi even has a few things we can pull from for that.
Yeah, I agree. All right, guys, that's gonna be it. Corey says he's not streaming because he doesn't like you guys.
That's not true.
He says he wants to insult other Empire War mods off stream. I think
That's not true. Justin.
Corey only says nice things about stuff like that. If Corey's mean about something, he's mean in the open, which is very infrequently. All right, guys, that's gonna be it. Can we get a please put the Sun Crusher in this game in the chat, please, and then also please put the Galaxy Gun in this game in the chat. Yeah, thanks for making.
Can you cut me off while I'm saying something too? Like when you're ending the stream?
Can I do what? Sorry.
Can you cut me